Hello there, UKDCers. Do you carry this knife in the UK? Disclaimer, you're going to have to mod it first, which is why it's on the second channel, not the main channel. However, in its current state, this is actually UK legal. So, I guess take that for what it's worth. This has been modded and sent to me for review by Carl Pearson at British EDC on Instagram. Go and follow him, give him a like, check him out. Absolutely wonderful guy. Thank you very much for the loan. He has given me permission to disassemble this and show you guys how he's made this from a lock back into a slip joint. And he's done a damn good job of it as well, because it's easy to muck this up. So, but yeah, this is of course the Spyderco Dragonfly 2, and this one is in ZDP 189 or ZDP 189, however you want to say that. And it has the wonderful Dragonfly blade, which I think is just much nicer than the UK PK or the Urban blade. I really like the swedge up top here. I think it just adds so much to it. It's extremely lightweight. I also prefer the handle. The feel of it is, I'd say it's on par with an Urban, maybe a little better, but I'd say I do prefer how the UK PK feels in hand just because of the size. But this is definitely competing with the Urban more than if I get an Urban and a UK PK. There you go, it's basically Urban size. So if you don't want to do this mod, just buy an Urban, and there's a full size UK PK to compare it against. However, if you do, like myself and Carl, prefer the look of the Dragonfly 2 there is something you can do about it. I'll quickly show that mod, and then we'll go into just the knife in general. Or I tell you, actually, I'll do it the other way around. So start off with zero blade play. It is mostly centered a little bit off to this side. There's only so much you can do, I guess, with FRN scales. FRN scales, by the way. As mentioned, this has been modded, so this lockback literally serves as a spring now. I can just take all hands off that and it will just close by itself. One thing to note, okay, is this still looks like a lockback. Okay, so obviously, just using common sense, if someone knows anything about knives and sees you with this, they're going to assume you're carrying a lockback, which, if they know or think they know the law, will assume is illegal. So it might not be wise to be too open about this, but it is, again, in my opinion, technically legal, since you can close it without manipulating any locks, and it is definitely under 2 inches. 3 inches cutting edge, sorry, 2 inches. I don't know. I might be right, actually. How long is it? The cutting edge on this bad boy is almost exactly 2 inches. There you go. So, yeah, well within the law anyway. Like I said, quite comfortable in hand. I wouldn't say it's particularly more comfortable than the Urban, to be honest. But like I said, it's just about that blade shape, and where else are you going to get a UK legal carry in such a nice steel like that? That is cool factor for me as an absolute gullible knife nerd. Okay, so super lightweight, great pocket carry. Disappears. You've obviously got your deep pocket, deep carry clip. sorry, you'll just get that poking up, which, I mean, you can't really see any blades, so it could be anything. Lanyard hole, pocket clip is reversible to the left hand, and obviously it's a Spyderco, so the Spidey hole is completely ambidextrous. You'll notice Carl has managed to get the meat up there perfectly. Before I go too far into this, if you get this mod wrong, if you take off too much material, you can end up with a blade that sort of hangs like that. You'll get a gap there, and it droops down a little bit instead of sticking up where it's supposed to, and that's not great. And you get some jimping into the, obviously you get your normal sort of jimping on the bottom and top of the blade there, but you also get this, you know, actually surprisingly effective jimping on the back of the knife there. So anyway, let's have her apart. And so this is actually the best one I could find, which is on tacticalreviews.co.uk. I'll leave a link in the description for you. But it gives you a nice detailed breakdown of how to do this on a native 5, same process, and as you can see, you can either take it off of that and it tells you it's easier to screw that up, or you can take it off the actual blade hook there and you're much less likely to ruin that. And it gives you all this detailed information, loads and loads of stuff, loads of nice steps. This is far better than my video if you're actually looking to do this seriously. There it's showing you about the gapping if you do it wrong, kind of thing. So this is a fantastic guide. This is what I'd recommend just as a cursory glance. But anyway, back to the video. Let's have a look. That is a T8, and it is a captive screw. Sorry if you can hear that dog barking in the background. Oh yeah, should probably remove this. There we go. And what that does is it will push the blade out, and then this mechanism will be lifted up. That's nested in a housing here. From what I've seen online, it's actually a major pain in the ass to separate this, so I'm not even going to try. But what I am going to do is take this out, because I need to show you how this works typically. So that sits in there like that, and the spring pushes up here. And so on the normal one, on the original mod, you can see just sort of the top of this bit here has been clipped off. Well, crazy. Let's see if I can get it zoomed in. There you go, you can see there, it's just been very slightly cut off. And what that's allowed this to do is, instead of locking in now there, it does catch, but you can sort of just, well, I guess it just sits like that, and then you can just like break. Anyway, you see it work. You just need to remove just enough material there. Another mod, which will be in the link in the description I show you to, says to cut just the corner, just a very tiny corner of that off, and make it circular, so that instead of locking into the fully extended surface of that, it sort of just curves around it. Either seems valid. What I will say is that I have Carl's in front of me, and he has done what only can be described as the ideal job on this. I don't think this mod could have gone any better whatsoever. I don't know if time would make a difference to that or anything. Like, it might, I don't know, might not be as good as the other mod after some heavy use, but I have honestly no idea. Right. Let me cut this boring bit out and then I'll get back to you. Okay, and we're all back. That's fairly easy to put back together. We're back to, I mean, sort of centered. And no blade play whatsoever. And again, like I said, you can see that's just the perfect meet up, and you can see it snaps back before a certain point, and then it breaks about there, which is just exactly the operation of a slip joint, and also works, I mean, because it's unmodified the other way around, still snaps back. So this is miles ahead of my Manly Wasp mod, which worked, but it was a bit floppy here, and was slightly higher, like about there. This is just a much easier mod. What I will say is the Dragonfly 2 is not a cheap knife, and the problem is if you get this mod wrong, you've sort of buggered it. There's not really a lot you can do, with the exception of buying an ultra cheap Dragonfly 2, and if you've modded the back spring, you can just take the back lock out of the new one. But yeah, I mean, if you really like the design of this, it's absolutely worth it, because it does make this completely UK legal, in my opinion. So certainly worth looking at. Thank you very much for the lend there, Carl. And again, the only reason this is on the second channel is because when you buy this, unless it comes pre-modded, you buy it secondhand. This won't be legal when you buy it, so I don't want to give anyone the wrong idea. You do have to make that change to legally carry it, in my opinion of the law. So there we go. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers for watching.